Good day. Let's talk today about values. Values in general are a tricky business to think about and consider for several issues and reasons. First of all, values, let's define them. Values are the principles, the deep-rooted principles that we have and that guides all our behaviors, attitudes, and interaction around us. Values also is our internal motivations here inside us that actually defines how we interact with people, environment, animals, everything around us. So it becomes something very, 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 very personal. So why is values very important? Values defines what's acceptable and not acceptable in dealing with others. So for example, one of my values might be respecting others. If I would like to respect others, it means I'm respecting others irrespective of their color, religion, name, skin, anything. I'm respecting human being as a human being. If one of my values that I'm superior to others, I'm egocentric, I don't respect others, all people are inferior against me, I will not be able to communicate in a friendly and easy way with others because one of my values is I'm being superior. So we can see that one value can be positive, the other can be negative. Now what does this supposed to mean? In real life and in work, business in general, people tend to be sensitive to the issue of values, simply because values will define our reaction to situation we face. So let me give you a little example. If you are in your business, in a company, and you saw your manager taking something off his work or her work, and he or she is not supposed to take that off, are you going to report him or her based on your value of honesty? Think carefully. If you would say yes, you may end up losing your job. And if you say no, you will maintain your job, but you will lose yourself. So which one goes first? Aha, I see you're thinking now. I see you're thinking. You're thinking right now by asking yourself, so Nizar, you mean values would come on basis on the priority. So what is your priority in your life? Your values or your benefits? Another example, an investigation in your organization about, let's say, mistreatment by a manager to one of the employees. And you have observed this wrongdoing. You were called to the investigation and they asked you, did you see that? Did you witness that? And you see the manager sitting on the table looking at you. What would the answer be? Will you say exactly what you saw? Or are you going to massage it? Or are you going to say, I forgot? Values, let me remind you, is something not to be compromised. If you believe firmly in your values of honesty, you will say what really happens without any reluctance. After the break, we will discuss the application of values at personal and business level. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Before the break, we've said that values is something not to be compromised if they are a true value, not just a slogan that we blah blah about. If it's a true value, we will stick to them and not compromise them. Now, in this part of the episode, we will discuss how can we implement this value system? How can we feel it? How we can live it? How we can enjoy it? And instead of seeing values as burdens, why don't we experience them as something very, very important to us? So let me share with you a few tips. Tip number one, you need to acknowledge to yourself on a piece of paper that these are the values that I firmly believe in. So, for example, respecting others, honesty, and helping others. By declaring this is called reflective learning. We tend to learn things by listening from ourselves. So we're teaching ourselves by ourselves. And there is nothing stronger than this, because we are reflecting on what we believe in. After we've highlighted our values, tip number two, always ask yourself, is there problems in implementing my values? So for example, yes, there is a problem in implementing my value of respect. Why? Is there a particular reason, a particular place? Maybe my manager doesn't like people to be treated equally. Maybe he or she like nepotism. They like, for example, wasta. Maybe they like connections. Whatever, always ask yourself, what preventing me, hindering me from engaging such a value? Identify the source, the reason, and try to work on rectifying it. Tip number three, always tell yourself that my values are always my guiding principles and my shield when I deal with others. It's very interesting that you will find many people in your path will come and feel sarcastic about your values. Guess what? This is a very good signal that you are doing a great job. Do you know why? For one simple reason. Because your values, belief, and application were strong enough to provoke their reaction. Had you were not in tune with your values, they would have not been provoked this way. I assure you, people notice, and you will enjoy being respected and considered as a person of honor and values. Another value, for example, is dealing with poor people and pity people with warm emotions. Respecting others is a wonderful value. Working in a cross-cultural context allow you the opportunity to exercise the values of humbleness, accepting the others. By the way, from professional perspective, accepting the others is not easy at all. It's very challenging, very tedious, because it reflects how we see our emotional management, our not control, management when we deal with others. Just as a side comment, when it comes to emotional intensity, there is a difference between emotional control and emotional management. Emotional control means you can block and manipulate your emotion 100%, and I don't think this is possible. However, management means we can manage it in a way that it's up and down to reach a safe end. I hope this episode was fruitful and beneficial to you, and I look forward to see you in the soonest future. Have a good time. Bye.